What's up, guys? Bang, bang, lunch money time.
Woo woo.
While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us trying to get our lunch money right, I'm here with the lumberjack, Polina Marinova, Pompliano.
I could cut down some trees right now.
You ain't cutting nothing down. We can be sure of that. All right. Don't forget that BlockFi is now the sponsor of Lunch Money. Go and get an interest-bearing account. Earn up to 8.6% APY in those interest-bearing accounts. BlockFi.com/pomp. You can also buy and sell crypto. You can give them crypto and take out a US dollar loan. It's awesome. It's like a wealth management platform for crypto investors. Everybody knows Bitcoiners are right. Fiat currency is just a religion and it's going to end at some point. So go get an account, BlockFi.com/pomp. What's up? Let's go.
One Standard Chartered Bank analyst warns that the greenback, aka the dollar, is vulnerable to a significant depreciation as sovereign fundamentals appear to be pointing south. You have the twin deficits in the U.S. getting worse. You have the trade balance at the worst in 15 years, said Eric Robertson, global head of research at Standard Chartered Bank. Election day is less than 2 weeks away. He said that a victory for former Vice President Joe Biden would mean any dollar depreciation is set to be very clear and very pronounced. If Trump is reelected, he said that it will be a little bit more messy in the short term. What do we think?
Holding dollars only go in one direction. It's like a sinking ship. And if you want to be the captain that goes down with the ship, that's fine. It ain't going to be me. Nope. The dollar's going to get weakened because they're going to keep printing money. They've already printed $3 trillion. The Fed's balance sheet's increased by 75% this year. They're going to probably bring another $2 billion or so to the market.
$2 billion.
For a total of $5 billion. They also ran a $3 trillion deficit last year, which means the only way to go ahead and pay for all of this stupid debt, literally 20-something trillion dollars worth of national debt, is to continue to devalue the dollar and to use cheap currency in the future to pay off the debt.
Devalue that dollar.
Is going to be the most obvious trade in history. Why is it obvious?
Said it here first.
I've been saying it for 2 years now, 3 years now.
I don't like how this camera's like this.
Well, sorry. It makes me look like I got a chicken chin. Go ahead. What's next?
Billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones reiterating his love for Bitcoin. He said he has turned even more bullish on Bitcoin, calling it the best inflation hedge. I like Bitcoin even more now than I did then. I think we're in the first inning of Bitcoin, and it's got a... Why do I keep wanting to think Bitcoin? And it's got a long way to go, he said. He first revealed his Bitcoin investment in May, said he holds a small single-digit investment in Bitcoin. I like that he said it feels like... he said... Bitcoin has this enormous contingent of really, really smart and sophisticated people who believe in it. It's like investing with Steve Jobs and Apple or investing in Google early. Wow, that's big for a PTJ.
Technology gets ushered in by those who are willing to bear the flag. Never forget that. And there's no technology in the world that's got more flag bearers than Bitcoin.
I watched this video of this girl doing a hula hoop dance to Bitcoin. There's some weird flag bearers out there, but they're out there.
Get your flags and let's go. All right, what's next? Is this turning into a Bitcoin commercial?
No.
Okay.
Quibi shutting down. I don't want to say it, but in January I wrote an article that said, I'm a millennial and I don't get it and I don't think it's going to work, but good for them if they have all this money. Like, I really hope it works out for them. It hasn't worked out for them. Quibi is shutting down barely 6 months after going live. Jeff Katzenberg has been unsuccessful in his talks for getting it acquired. He tried to sell the library. It didn't work. And he, in an open letter, he said, our failure was not for a lack of trying. We've considered and exhausted every option available for us.
I have 2 thoughts. One, I never want to discourage anyone from starting companies and for trying. This is the whole bedrock of Americans' supremacy in the world, is that we encourage capitalism, innovation.
Nobody's discouraging it. It's just they raise so
much people money. Are mocking it. They're saying you guys are stupid, all this kind of stuff.
They're not saying they're stupid. They're saying the idea was not really great. But
I bet that somebody builds this and it ends up being super successful.
Maybe, but now is not the right time for this because millennials aren't, like, the people they were targeting were not the right people, and it was not the right product for those people.
Again, they didn't have product market fit, which is what Polina just described. But this idea will be successful. I actually believe it was the wrong team.
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't the right people to build it.
Because these people were arrogant.
Very arrogant.
That's what it came down to. The arrogance killed them. And nobody's talking about that because nobody likes to have that conversation. But the arrogance of raising $2 billion before you have a product in the market is appalling. It's shame on the investors for giving it to them. And then on top of that, if you look at it from the sense of there are interviews that Jeffrey Katzenberg gave where people were saying, well, we've talked to like some people in your target demo and they don't seem to think this is going to work. And he basically was like,
he said, sorry, I've been fucking doing this for longer than you've been alive. You can't talk to the people you're targeting that way. And also, it doesn't matter.
And by the way, there you have it. You've never built a technology platform.
He knows what high quality content is, and maybe it was high quality content, but if you don't have the distribution, if you don't have enough people watching it, it doesn't matter.
Arrogance can kill anything.
All right.
Next.
Tesla. Oh my God. Tesla shares jump 5% after reporting 5th consecutive quarter of profits. Yeah. Tesla's doing well.
Tesla went through I think it was a 5-to-1 stock split recently.
Did it? That's why it's up.
No. It was the way a stock split works. Stock went up. Oh, did I just yawn? Oh, that just yawn. Oh, that just yawn.
Okay, stop.
Stock goes up, and then they say, hey, for every 5 shares you have, for every 1 share you have now, you're going to get 5, but it's at a lower price. And so that's a way to keep the stock price lower, so more people can buy it. And when they did that, it's already running again. And so this is going to turn out to be one of the greatest trades this year. And Kathy Wood is going to end up being very smart, very right.
You know why I think, like, for all the people who are like, oh, Elon Musk, whatever, do you know why I believe that Tesla's going to be successful? Oh, shoot, no, she's not at Tesla. Gwen Shotwell, she's at SpaceX. I'm bullish on that company because of Gwen, and also Elon, but mainly Gwen.
Tesla's a category-defining company. Obviously, electric vehicles are going to be the future. Anybody who says differently is an idiot or just biased.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay, let's not get crazy.
Well, it's just a fact.
All right.
Do you think that electric vehicles are the future?
Yeah.
Okay, there's legitimately people on Wall Street who are arguing that Tesla's not going to succeed because electric vehicles aren't going to be a thing. Idiots, fools.
Okay. We're seeing the big auto companies also trying to move to electric, so like that argument doesn't hold up.
Next.
You know, Purdue Pharma, they basically fueled the opioid crisis. They're the company that makes OxyContin. And now it has agreed to plead guilty to 3 federal criminal charges for its role in the opioid crisis, paying more than $8 billion. This is a historic pharma settlement. And is going to shut down the company. And there's a family behind it called the Sacklers. And there's a great profile on the Sacklers in Esquire called The Secret of Family Making Billions from the Opioid Crisis. It's a few years old, but it's still really good if you want to check it out. What do we think?
Do you want my actual thoughts?
And the family is under criminal investigation as well. It's not just the company that's getting the brunt of this.
Do you want my actual thoughts?
Yes, I do.
Like my true thoughts?
Yes.
These people are scumbags. That's my actual thought.
Legal drug dealers?
Yeah, they're just drug dealers. Like, you're literally just a drug dealer. Here's why, and I never use the word scumbag unless I really mean it. The 3 worst things that you can tell somebody is that they're a fool, they're silly, or they're a scumbag. And they're scumbags. You know why they're scumbags? It's because they knew what they were doing. It's not like, oh, we're selling something and it's supposed to help people, and then all of a sudden we find out later that it was killing people and we stop. That's not what happened here. What happened here was they knew that the opioid crisis was real. They knew that they were killing people, and they hid all kinds of information from doctors. And then they went around and they financially incentivized doctors to prescribe this stuff for people who didn't need it. That's why they're scumbags. And on top of that, I've never said this publicly, I had the opportunity to take money
I remember
from
this.
the Sackler family. And literally the person who brought me the opportunity, he didn't even finish the sentence. And I said, I don't take blood money. That's how serious I take this. I don't think that these are good people. And I don't think that these people should be allowed to operate businesses that eventually lead to people dying. And now the US government agrees with that. And they agree with it because they pled guilty. And they're going to pay $8 billion. The fine should be $100 billion, not $8, because they still profited off this, even with the $8 billion fine. And now they're going to have to shut down the company. But what instead should happen is the federal government should go in and say, you committed a crime and all of your assets are derived from those criminal proceeds. So what do? There should be people who go to jail. They broke the law, right? We need law to be enforced. They also should have a situation where this is prevented in the future. I want to make one clarification. There are people in this family who have nothing to do with the business, who have no say. They were just born randomly into a family.
Last name Sackler. Or they married into
or they married into it, whatever. I'm not talking about those people. Those people, it's not their fault. They had no involvement. They had no anything. I'm specifically talking about the people who went to work every day and facilitated this bad behavior. They've admitted their guilt. They admitted that they're guilty. They've admitted that they committed crimes. We should punish them to the fullest extent of the law because this is scumbag stuff.
So several state attorneys, attorney generals who signed this letter were quick to criticize the deal. One, Connecticut's Attorney General William Tong said, the settlement provides a mere mirage of justice for the victims of Purdue's callous misconduct. The federal government had the power here to put the Sacklers in jail, and they didn't. Instead, they took fines and penalties that Purdue likely will never fully pay. I mean...
just drug dealers with cologne. That's all they are.
Well, if you read that profile, it's very interesting because there was a very intentional decision to not make it, the Sackler, name the company after the Sacklers. It was Purdue Pharma. It wasn't Sackler Pharma. Every time they have one rule where they are asked about the source of the family wealth. They do not comment. Yeah,
they either don't comment or they hide it. These people know what they're doing is a bad thing. They're embarrassed by it. There's nothing worse than doing things that you aren't even willing to own up to or admit to people. Well, okay. If somebody says, hey, how did you make your money? And you did something that you're not proud of saying, tells you everything you need to know.
Let me ask you this. So when the company was operational and they saw it was like ravaging, West Virginia and all these states, what could they have done? Just shut it down? Like what?
Stop giving drugs to people that don't need it.
Yeah, but then there's the doctor layer, and then there's the...
They went and they told doctors information that was inaccurate.
Oh, I remember.
And they also financially incentivized the doctors in all kinds of different ways, but ultimately there were financial incentives to prescribe this medicine over others. This is a criminal organization. That's what this ultimately is. They broke the law. They systematically profited from doing that. That's why they admitted guilt.
All right.
Go ahead.
I enjoyed this rant.
There's two things that piss me off in this world, and one of them is literally when people intentionally take advantage of other people, and especially when they profit off of killing people.
Sorry, just one small...
The other thing is when Domino's is at a pepperoni pizza.
One small aside. In the years that I have known Anthony, he never says a bad word about people, even when I'm like, oh, that person. He's like, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. So he never actively talks behind people's back. If he has a problem with you, he will tell you to your face, which I appreciate about it. But I had never seen this in action until one day we were at this conference and somebody was trying to do some sketchy stuff with his company. And the beast that was unleashed, Anthony was like, you are active, you know you're misleading people, you're doing it. I would shut it all down. Like there's no way in good faith you can continue to run this business. And that guy was like, I don't know.
No, what I told him was, I know exactly what you're trying to do here. It's a scam, and if you launch this, I'm gonna call you out on it publicly. That's what.
Did he launch it?
No.
Okay, ready? The former chief executive.
I like people, by the way. I really do. It's just some people are just bad people, man. Go ahead.
And you'll call them out.
Yeah. Look, I'll just call a spade a spade. If you're awesome, I'll be like, you're awesome. If you suck, I'll be like, you suck.
Yeah, but he'll never talk about you behind your back.
Oh, no, you'll know how I feel about you. I don't need to say anything to anybody. I'll just say it right to your face. Go ahead.
The former chief executive of Uber, Travis Kalanick, has been quietly assembling a mini real estate empire over the past 2 years. And he just spent more than $130 million on property acquisitions for his ghost kitchen startup, Cloud Kitchens. What do we think?
Listen, innovators are going to innovate.
I think this is a good idea for a company.
This is going to be a home run. Home run. TK for the second grand slam of his career.
Yeah, the acquisitions are a big bet on the fast-growing food delivery business. Delivery-only kitchens has been around for years and have raised hundreds of millions of dollars from venture investors, hoping to replicate the success of the co-working industry, et cetera, et cetera. I just think winter is coming. Things in New York are going to shut down again. Restaurants will probably shut down again. And we're going to have to rely on these, on delivery.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is super smart. He knows what he's doing. It's going to work. Next.
Ready for my joke? So, viewers, people, friends, if you think my jokes are bad, or if you just want to contribute a joke, my sense of humor, send it to me. Comment or tweet at me. I will see it. Yesterday, someone named Quarantined Stanimal, Stan at Stan.
Can you say it again?
No.
Man, just the fact that they got you to say that's the joke. That was great.
Okay, I don't know what his name is, but I think it's something Stan, maybe. He said, here's a joke for lunch money tomorrow. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Why do millennials always hang out in groups of 3, 5, or 7? Because they literally can't even. Quarantine Stanimal. You get it?
I got it. It wasn't funny.
But you like to.
Great name, bad joke. All right, guys, that's it for Lunch Money today. See you tomorrow.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What? You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me? BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. And be kind to your friends.